The following opinions are solely those of BoatTest.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTest.com, and today I'm going to do a features inspection of the largest launch of the Navetta series from Absolute, the 73. Now, the Navettas are all characteristic for having the helms moved far forward, giving us so much more interior space, a surprising amount as a matter of fact. Plus, the accommodations are such that it's almost as if we have 3 master staterooms. Let's take a look as I do a full features inspection, starting with where we'll board from, the swim platform. The swim platform is hydraulically actuated so that we can use it to hold and launch a tender and also serve as a private beach. Just ahead there's a step giving us an elevated platform so that we can access storage for lines and fenders.
A pass rail can be extended from the upper starboard stair riser, and notice that a railing will be automatically deployed.
The aft deck can be accessed from stairs to both port and starboard, and it becomes the first of our entertainment venues with seating for 4, 5, 6 to both sides of a solid wood table on 2 pedestals. Overhead clearance 6 feet 8 inches, and that's a theme that's going to be carried throughout the boat. We can add protection by lowering a sunscreen at the back of the seating. All this is under the protection of the extended overhead that also extends out the sides, giving protection to the side decks. We can also board from a fixed pier through opening side doors to both port and starboard, and notice that they swing outward. Now here we have both entertaining and relaxing areas. There's storage to both sides of a U-shaped seat that wraps around a solid wood table that expands so it reaches across to the seating facing aft. This has a seat back that's removable so that we can convert it into dedicated lounge space. The table is on a set of high-low pedestals. Stereo control is over to the starboard side. For nighttime relaxation, pop-up lights are in each corner. There's another entertainment venue on the flying bridge. Let's take a look. Well, clearly this is entertaining on a grand level, and the sheer volume of this flybridge is just staggering. It takes up almost 70–80% of the boat's overall length. Let's start by looking at some of the features in the back here. It begins with 2 chaise lounges, freestanding, a table in between the 2. All of this is surrounded by 32-inch high rail height. Over to the port-hand side is a very ornate shower that sunbathers are going to love. Just ahead, a 4-across sofa, 2 freestanding chairs make up a wonderful conversational atmosphere. Continuing forward, there's a storage area that separates the lounging area from the dining area, and we have a table that seats 6 supported by 2 stainless steel pedestals. Now as we continue forward, there's wraparound seating that puts us in close proximity to the operator at the helm so that we can share his or her company. And directly across to the port-hand side, there's a wet bar with counter space both high and low. Storage solutions to both sides of dual refrigerators, and in the center, there's an electric grill and a sink. All of this is under the protection of the extended hardtop with an opening sunroof in the center. The opening to the salon, 5 feet 8 inches across, brings the inside in with the outside. Closed off, and the sound is dropped right down, but we still have an open atmosphere thanks to these massive side windows that start up very high, and notice they go extremely low, well below the top of the seats. We don't usually see that. That gives us excellent visibility even from the seated position. All of the windows have electric blinds, both here in the salon and in the master stateroom. The headroom continues that we saw outside. 2 sofas, 3 across and a 2 across love seat, single seat, all wrapping around a coffee table. Creative storage solutions are in the corner. It's not unusual that we'll see rounded edges, but cove molding, that shows an elevated attention to detail. Over to the starboard side, there's plenty of open counter space, storage underneath that includes storage for the entertainment center, and the TV on an electric lift. I like the overhead treatments with the recessed accent lighting and the LED lights, and it creates a separation between the salon and the dining area just ahead that includes a table that seats 8. Now there's a bulkhead just ahead of the dining area that serves as a separation between this room and the galley just ahead, and that allows us to create a separation between the crew and the guest areas. We can further close the area off. There's a side door that allows the crew to go down the side of the boat to the crew entrance at the transom. Notice also how the deck is on one single level all the way forward. Just before we reach the galley area, there's a wine chiller with pull-out shelving. Just above, 2 doors lead us to stemware storage, and notice magnets at the bottom to hold them in place. Opposite, storage for the dishes and bowls. Now, there's a watertight door both to the starboard side and the port side at the other end of the galley. Let's take a look at this galley area. Now, it's a narrow galley, but fully functional. Miele 4-burner induction cooktop, plenty of storage both above and below. Full-size refrigerator with LED lighting. Freezer, oven. There's storage here now, but we can get that as a second oven or perhaps a microwave. Stainless steel single basin sink, more storage, and a dishwasher. Just inside the doorway, there's a Miele espresso machine, and this doorway also provides a further separation of the guests and the crew, allowing us access to the helm station, but that's a different video. Be sure to look for it. So now, let's take a look at the accommodations, and we'll begin with the actual master stateroom, which is forward, and notice that it has its own private entrance. Well, nicely laid out stateroom, and I love the decor. Headroom continues that we saw up above. Island berth in the center. Hull side windows to both port and starboard, and there are opening port lights just behind. For storage solutions, plenty going around the stateroom. Nightstands to both sides of the berth. A bureau over to the starboard side with cabinets to the outsides, drawers to the insides. There's another cabinet full of drawers, along with desk space that doubles as a vanity, and we have a walk-in closet just behind that also includes the owner's safe. Now, normally, we're used to seeing storage underneath the berth. That doesn't happen here, but we'll get into why in just a minute. Well, nicely laid out head compartment, fully mirrored forward bulkhead just above a counter with his and hers sinks, storage underneath. Hull side windows and opening port lights are to both sides, and notice how the opening port light over here also serves as ventilation for the walk-in shower. Over to the port hand side, electric flush toilet with a view, and we also have the mandatory escape hatch just above, but notice that the ladder also serves double duty as a heated towel rack. Now let's take a look at the guest accommodations, which has another entrance right in between the dining area and the salon. There are 3 staterooms, 2 of them en suite, which is why we can say that we have 3 master staterooms. It's a great setup if we have a large family or multiple owners partnering in this boat. Let's take a look. Now, at the bottom of the companionway is a nice atrium, giving us access to the 3 staterooms plus the dayhead. Forward, there's cabinet space for storage and an open area that, to my eye, can be populated with an owner's artwork or perhaps a mirror and a vase. Just behind, access to the first of our staterooms. Oh, another beautiful stateroom, and you can now see how it's easy to say that this could be an alternate master stateroom. Good size island berth, plenty of headroom. Hull side window with an opening port light just ahead, and again the storage solutions that we saw in the actual master stateroom. Around this desk that includes a mirrored lid for use as a vanity. Around the front, flat screen TV and mirrored doors to a sizable hanging locker with LED lighting. Here's a nice thoughtful touch, rounded corners so we don't have any sharp edges anywhere we walk. Now the head, sort of an open air arrangement where we have a sink in front of the mirror, 2 compartments forward and aft.
Aft has the walk-in shower with opening port light for ventilation. Over to this side is another opening port light with a water closet with electric flush toilet.
Now in my mind, it would be nice if we had another hull side window here, but you really have to have a mirror over the sink. It's kind of a requirement for any sort of a bathroom. However, Absolute found a clever way around that. Our next stateroom just ahead and to port, and I have to appreciate the creative use of pocket doors throughout the boat. This stateroom is a little bit smaller than the previous one, but still includes the high headroom, good size island berth, nightstands to both sides, 42-inch flat screen TV on the forward bulkhead, hull side window with an opening port light, and through this pocket door, head compartment with an opening port light and a walk-in shower and the same counters that we've come to appreciate throughout the boat. Now over here, A huge walk-in storage compartment. Remember when we were in the master stateroom, we said there was no storage underneath the berth? This is why. It's all taken up with this compartment. Everybody can put their suitcases in here. Forward, we have mechanical space. Our third stateroom, just ahead, this one features twin berths, 2 opening port lights, and a mirrored door at the hanging locker. Now the day head, just outside.
This features a walk-in shower, mirror, sink, all the usual ingredients with beautiful decor.
So clearly, we're looking at a yacht with a surprising amount of interior volume, great visibility, and comfortable accommodations, all rolled into the one on the Navetta 73 from Absolute. And that is my full features inspection. For BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.